Good morning, everyone. This is Karl F. Rose recording live from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Monday, December 21, 2020. And before we get going, let me start my music. Okay, now let me get into my disclaimer here. Okay, if you're 13 years or younger, please leave this podcast now. These podcasts are not targeted for children in any way, shape, or form. So if you're under 13, please leave now. Okay, good morning and happy holidays, everyone out there. This morning, as I said last week, I due to YouTube rules, I have to change up what I talk about now, since these podcasts do go to my YouTube channel, so I gotta comply with YouTube. So I'm doing things a little differently. Anyway, this today's podcast is going to be mainly about cat health and. So that way the cat owner, as well as the cat itself, you can have a safe and happy holiday with no unnecessary trips to the vet and that sort of thing. There's too many topics to discuss, but I'm going to go over a few things that you want to keep in mind. Just to make sure, but there's plenty of videos on it if you want to know everything. There's lots of ways that lots of things that could actually harm your cat this time of year, and I just want to go over a few of them. Okay, so let's get into that. First and foremost, the Christmas tree. If you have a cat or even dog for that matter, having a real Christmas tree is not really the best idea, but I want to give you an example. My neighbor upstairs above me has a dog, and he gets a real tree. However, what he does in the apartment, he has one of his dogs in the apartment. He's got like a little cage enclosure, so the dog cannot go over to the bottom of the tree and drink the water out of out of the Christmas tree bowl, because that water there, that's one of the things. That water is very, very toxic to both cats and dogs. So if you get a real tree and you've got a cat, and cats love trees, because that's what they do. They climb trees, they chew on things, they drink out of the water. You're just asking for trouble, and you're asking for like an emergency visit to the vet hospital, which is very expensive, and especially around the holidays, because most of the vets and their staff are on vacation, and you just don't want to risk it. It's not worth it. Not unless you keep your pets enclosed and there's no way to get to the tree. But I had a tree. I've not a real tree. My cat is 7. He turned 7 this year, July of this year, and I had a tree for like the first 3 or so years that I had my cat. Then once he got bigger, he decided that, and even though they were fake trees, he was still chewing on the pine needles, even though they're fake. And what's even worse, he was chewing on the wires to the lights. One wrong bite, and that would have electrocuted him and killed him instantly. So eventually, I think about 3 years ago, yeah, he was about 4 or 5, about 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. I finally just got rid of the tree altogether. I've got I still have Christmas setups, but I've got like stuffed animals. I've got them across the mantle that he loves to go up and jump on the mantle and knock them off. I had to move the water bowl because he kept hitting Santa into the water dish. So Santa, I was having a drunk Santa for a while, so I took care of that. But he still knocks them off the mantle, but they're not going in the water bowl anymore. But that's okay. That's fun for him. Uh, it's harmless. Nobody's getting hurt except for Santa. And then I've got another Santa with some lights that are hidden inside the Santa itself, so he can't get to the wires or anything like that. So that's just a few of the things. And then plants, poinsettias. Poinsettias, in case you don't know, are very deadly to cats. They chew on one of those leaves, and it's an instant trip to the vet, and it may end up being a fatal visit because they're very, very toxic to cats. There are numerous plants that you don't want inside. I don't have any inside plants at all. And there's many, many videos on it. I think lilies are another plant or flower that you don't want. There's a number of them, but the biggest thing this time of year is the poinsettias. So if you got a cat, don't get any poinsettias. So anyway, that's what I want to do. This is the direction I'm going, and I'm going to be talking about things like this. I'm going to be talking about more cat tips and stuff as the year goes on into next year, plus other things. Got a lot of recipe stuff. So anyway, I will end this podcast on that note. Just stay safe. Just make sure you don't have any stuff that's going to harm your cat, and you really don't want that. And and you just really don't want an unnecessary huge vet bill either. So anyway, happy holidays. Have a good one, and stay safe yourself. Try and keep COVID free, and also your pets can get COVID too. So you want to make sure you keep your cats from that too. So stay safe for you and your pets, and we will talk to you next time. Okay, have a good day, and we will talk to you next week.